I am so excited to join you here and so excited to meet you and to support you in calling forth your star baby. So this is video lesson 1, star babies in the quantum realm. So what is a star baby? Is it different to a spirit baby? Does everyone have a spirit baby or a star baby? There's so many different questions that people have when jumping into this paradigm of consciousness, especially if it's your first experience with star babies. So spirit babies, as many people may have heard the term, spirit baby was a term coined by the pioneer Walter Mackian, and he wrote a book called Spirit Babies Communicate with the Child You Are Meant to Have. He is definitely the Mac Daddy and the #1 pioneer of being able to communicate with your baby whilst they are in the spirit realm. So, you know, you may have heard of people doing conscious conception, communicating with their spirit baby. And, you know, this course is conscious conception. However, it is so much more and further beyond that. So, you know, what is the difference between a spirit baby and a star baby? Essentially, they are the same. However, a star baby is a baby that's coming from a really, really, really high level of consciousness, and they are coming in from the quantum realm. And in the time that Walter Mackian was doing spirit baby readings, he has now passed away. In the time that Walter was doing spirit baby readings, there was really only one timeline: past, present, future. We were living in a linear reality. So his spirit baby readings were very, very accurate because there was only one timeline, right? But this reality that we are now moving into, a quantum reality, a multi-dimensional reality, and you're going to learn more about that in this course if you're not up with multi-dimensional reality yet. Currently, we're residing in 3D consciousness, third dimensional frequency of consciousness. We're moving through 4th dimension into 5th dimensional consciousness. We're going to go right into this in the course, so don't worry about it if this is the first time you're hearing about it. So 5D consciousness, and then beyond 6D, 7D, 8D, 9D, there are so many levels of consciousness and so much that we don't understand about the quantum realm. And this is what I know to be true from the thousands of star babies that I've communicated with in the last, couple of years that I've been doing these sessions with women one-to-one, and I've been communicating with their star babies. The Earth, this planet Earth, Gaia, is going through a massive shift, a quantum upgrade of evolutionary processes happening on this planet. And for the first time in the history that's ever known about in all the galaxies, in all of the universes, all of the beings who reside on this planet are also going through a quantum upgrade in consciousness. Never in the history of any recorded anything has a planet and all of its inhabitants at the same time been going through the same evolutionary process of evolving and becoming more conscious. And, what is 3D? What is 4D? What is 5D? Essentially, it's a vibration. The faster the vibration, the higher the consciousness. It's that simple. 5D isn't a destination, it's a frequency, right? So your baby, if you're watching this, I can assure you, you have signed up to parent one of these higher consciousness souls. Your baby comes from a reality and a level of consciousness that is far, 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 far beyond this one. So this is what I know to be the case. These quantum star babies heard the call. They heard the call that the Earth was in trouble, that the planet is evolving, and all of the beings that are on this planet need support to evolve, to up-level their consciousness, to lift their consciousness. A call was put out across the universe that they needed volunteers that were from a very high frequency to come to Earth to help humanity to awaken. These quantum souls are volunteering to come to Earth and come into physical human bodies, to drop their level of consciousness, to come down to 3D reality, to help humanity to awaken. Oh my God, how exciting. So you have signed up to parent one of these quantum souls. And what that means is you have to forget everything that you think you know about parenting. You have to forget everything that your parents taught you and that you learned in school. We've all been conditioned and programmed since birth. These quantum souls are absolutely commanding that you evolve and you up level and you meet them at their vibration. And if you haven't started doing this yet, it's going to happen for you very, very soon, right? So for some women, that means that they've had a real hard time conceiving a baby. That was my case. It was really hard for me to conceive my son because I had some work to do beforehand. I had to forget all of my old programming and I had to create a new level of reality. That may not be the case for you. Your catalyst may have already happened and you're well and truly on the path of evolving and evolution. Or it's going to happen when you get pregnant and your spirit baby, you're going to grow and expand and expand. So these babies are coming in, another word you may have heard is starseed, so if you're watching this and you happen to be my age in your 40s, you're probably an indigo, right? An indigo starseed. Those were the names given to earlier starseeds. So no doubt we came from a level of consciousness also far beyond this one. That's how we are qualified to parent these children. So if you're like me, the early indigos, we came down to break down the structures. We are the rebels. We are the ones that say, no, not doing it that way. We're like breaking down the structures. I was born with the rebel gene. I was born with the fuck you gene. I'm not doing it that way, right? That's what I was born with. And then you've got in the later indigos, you've got the rainbow children, you've got the diamond children. These are probably all names that you've heard, of children coming through. These ones coming through now, they are the star babies. They're coming from the quantum realm. So all of the previous generations came to break down this reality, break down this 3D reality of what's no longer working, what's no longer serving. So what you're seeing happen on the planet right now, with all the destruction and the chaos, the planet will transform. The banking system will fall. The education system will transform. Big pharma will fall. This will happen. And if this sounds like a stretch for you right now, it's okay. I like to say to people, eat the meat and throw away the bones. So in other words, take what resonates and leave the rest. If something I say or do doesn't resonate for you, just remember that you are the sovereign authority over your own life, mind, body, and spirit. Take what works and leave the rest, and that's totally okay. So these new starseeds are coming in. These quantum star babies are coming in. They're going to build the new paradigm. These are going to be the inventors, the creators, the artists, the poets. They're going to build new schools. And, what they are here on the planet to do is extraordinary. And it's your job as their mama bear to support them, to encourage them, to nourish them so that they can step into this version of themselves. And, some women think, oh, I'm not qualified for this, but you are. If you could see your intergalactic resume, if you could see the kind of soul that you were and are, you would never doubt yourself. You are the perfect person to parent your baby, and your baby has chosen you as the perfect person. So how can I be qualified to tell you all of this, and how do I know all of this? Well, my spirit baby, my star baby, started communicating with me back in 2011. I was on a really big journey of trying to get pregnant. I couldn't get pregnant, and my baby was inviting me to another way to conceive. My 8-year fertility journey was the best thing that ever happened to me. It was an invitation to awakening. And you would have met Kate in the welcome video, and I'm so excited that you met Kate, because early on my journey. I was looking for a mentor to support me on my journey to conceive. I started being able to communicate and talk to my baby, and I wanted to know that I wasn't crazy. So I reached out to Kate, and she had a website at the time, and she had a heap of content on that website, and I devoured everything on that website. She was a very, very early pioneer in the spirit baby realm. And just so you know, spirit baby and star baby will be used interchangeably on this course. So essentially, it's the same thing. So Kate was a very early pioneer, a little after Walter's time, but nonetheless a very, very early pioneer. And I would actually say that Kate is the first pioneer to talk about babies in the quantum realm. She doesn't use the word quantum, and she has different terminology to what I do, but Kate was the very first one that was accessing the multidimensional realm. That I am certain. And that is why I have brought forth a heap of Kate's content. I have upcycled Kate's content into this course because it's extraordinary. And her content was truly, truly ahead of its time. And it's more relevant today than ever before. And Kate's content really helped me to step into the quantum realm and to step into this version that I am today. So, I've brought her content together, and you're just going to love. I've brought the best of her and the best of me together and molded it all together. And oh God, it's just so exciting, all of this. I never imagined that I would be creating this course, but the universe had other plans for me. I'm actually a filmmaker by trade. I was creating a documentary series called Surf the Wild Woman. I spent 10 years trying to find the money, the $3 million to create that project. And the project was well underway, and we were due to depart in April 2020. And then COVID happened, and the film never went ahead. And what also happened during that time is I had a newborn son, and my son had taken 8 years to conceive. Initially, it was my daughter who was communicating with me, and then it was my son who came in at the last minute and said, actually, I'm going to come, and I want to be conceived with IVF, and you weren't ready to hear it before now. And I was like, oh my God, because I'm like organic, I'm lean, I'm clean, I don't do IVF. But that was my son's final gift to me, was to let go of all that dogma that came through before. So I had been on this journey of calling in my own child. I had very easily learnt to communicate with my own child. I had a brand new baby, and I was planning on creating this film, but two things happened. And I don't share this story to fear you or to scare you. This was just my story. During the labor of my son, I had what Western medicine will call a stroke, but in multidimensional 5D consciousness, I had a quantum sight upgrade. I was temporarily blinded during the birth of my son, and I was temporarily blinded for 4 months. And Western medicine will say I had a stroke, but I know that's not what happened. I had a quantum sight upgrade, because when my sight came back, when it restore it did, and I was able to see the unseen. So my sight started restoring. I was able to see the unseen. My film was no longer going ahead because of COVID. And I thought, what the hell am I going to do? You know, I had all of my eggs in that basket, and the quantum babies came forth, and they came forth en masse, and they started knocking on my door, and they were like, us, you are here to serve us. You are meant to serve us. And I was like, oh my God, and so this happened accidentally. They called upon me to serve them and to serve you, Mama Bear, to help the new wave of mamas that are here to parent these souls. So I created a heap of courses, and I started doing one-on-one sessions. And what I can tell you is that the babies are coming from Andromeda. They were coming from Arcturus. They're coming from the Pleiades. They're coming from Sirius. They're coming from Mintaka. And they are coming from places never, ever, ever written about or heard about before. There are souls coming in to work with the water on this planet, to crystalline the water. There are souls coming in with sun codes to work on the earth. There are souls coming in to build with new frequencies and technologies that we've never seen before. And there are souls that are just coming in to act as transmitters and receivers of this quantum energy that's hitting the earth. So, Mama Bear, welcome, welcome. And it's so exciting that you're here. And if you've got any questions, drop us a holler, and we're going to get right into all these different kinds of souls and how you can communicate with your baby, because all babies communicate differently. So, you know, get your teeth into the lesson. Lesson number 2, Kate's going to be talking about how to have kick-ass communication. So we will see you there. Have a beautiful day.